by Karen. If you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, please consider subscribing so you don't miss out on any of the delicious recipes. Today we are going to be making gluten-free Swedish Kringler. The recipe has been around for hundreds of years, but today I'm going to be making it gluten-free, and I would love to have you join me as we make gluten-free Swedish Kringler together. All right, we're going to start first of all with the crust, and I'm starting with 1 cup of my white rice flour, and I'll leave a link below if you haven't seen that video that has the recipe for that. So 1 cup white rice flour and 2 tablespoons of potato flour. And to that, I just kind of stir up that flour, and then to that I'm going to add a 1/2 cup or 1 stick of butter. And I'm just going to cut that in there just like a pie crust. And I'm going to cut it up until there's just some little pieces in there, pretty well incorporated in the flour mixture. And to that, I have 5 tablespoons of water, and I'm just going to add half of it and kind of stir it in and let it absorb a little bit. This is not like a pie dough in that it's not going to all come together perfectly. It's going to still be kind of crumbly and seem like it's not right. But it'll be right once you cook it. And so you see it's still kind of floury in there, but that's how it should look. Then I'm going to spread this on to my greased baking sheet. And I'm going to just pile it up into 2 rows here. I'll show you. Just going to take some of that, because I'm going to make 2 different Kringles. Kind of even it out there. And then just pat it down. So it's about 3 inches wide. And it kind of is a little crumbly, and that's okay. All right, and now we're going to make the filling. And for the batter, I'm going to start with 1 cup of water. And to that, I'm going to add 1/2 cup or 1 stick of butter. And I'm going to bring the water to a boil until it melts all the butter. When the butter has melted and it started to boil, I'm going to remove it from the stove. To that, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of potato flour and 3/4 cup plus 2 tablespoons of gluten-free white rice flour. And just stir that together. get the lumps out of it and make it all the water absorbed. Add 1½ teaspoons of almond extract, and I'm going to add 3 eggs, one at a time, and stirring well after each one until the glossiness goes away. I'll add the second egg. And then the third egg. And just stir till it's smooth and kind of ends up being a little bit like Play-Doh consistency, but until the egg is incorporated and no longer glossy. Now I'm going to take and evenly distribute the batter over both of my crusts. And I just put several piles on so it's easier to distribute it without pulling up the crust. And then just carefully spread the batter over the crust until the crust is covered. And I'll pop it in a 350-degree oven for about 50 minutes. And when it's golden brown, just pop it out of the oven and let it cool just for a little bit. But I'm going to make the frosting and we're going to put that on while it's still warm. right, now I'm going to start to make the frosting. I have 2 cups of powdered sugar, and I have 2 tablespoons of butter, melted butter, a teaspoon to teaspoon and a half of almond extract, and then I have about 1/4 cup of cream, and I may have to vary it depending on how thick I want it, but I'm going to start with that much. And just stir that around. Yeah, I'm going to need a little more cream. I'm going to make that smooth, get any lumps out of there. Going to add a little bit more cream that I have sitting here, so I don't want it to be too thick. And that looks like about the right consistency for me. All right, and now my Swedish Kringler has cooled off a bit, and I'm just going to use my hands and thickly smear the frosting on my slightly cooled Swedish Kringler. Put as much or as little as you want. There's no sugar in the batter itself, so the only sugar that's being added to this is the frosting. Once I've gotten all the frosting off of there, I'm just going to take probably 1/2 cup, a little more, a little less, and just sprinkle over the top of the Kringler. And there we have it, a gluten-free Swedish Kringler.